will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
So out comes the Washington offense onto the field.
And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
It wasn't really his best performance of the year in the wild card round last week. He just had the one touchdown pass, but he got the job done and his team advanced. For them to continue on to the championship round, though, he's going to need to take a few more chances with the ball downfield, push it a little bit more, and make sure his team finds its way into the end zone a few more times.
They go play action here on first down.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
They'll run with Gibson.
Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
Well, when you time those screen passes perfectly, they can work perfectly, but that time it took a little too long to develop.
And you zeroed in on exactly what makes that play go, timing. Because if the timing's off at all, those unblocked defenders coming at the quarterback, they'll put him on the deck.
So on fourth down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away.
Now it's Crowder. That one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll try the left side. Reynolds stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift.
And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And they rattle off a big one.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
Space to run past the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
40 yards for him already. An excellent drive to kick off this divisional round matchup. That might be an understatement. Franks.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Albert Okuebuna there to make the grab.
And the Armadillos are on the board first here in this division round matchup.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
To throw on second down, Wallace. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, bro?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Off the play fake. Wallace. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Third down, Wallace. Again, that's Hurst. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
Strong run, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Back to throw. Wallace. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Washington on 3rd down.
They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football. They've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
A big connection on that one. 35 yards.
I don't think anyone would argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning, certainly in evidence.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Now Franks.
That ball caught by Campbell. Touchdown! Paris Campbell, 32 yards.
And the Armadillos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Wallace. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Looking to throw on second. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sand. Looking to throw. Wallace. Completes it to Samuel. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
On 1st down, Wallace under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Back to throw. Wallace
hitting Samuel on the slant.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And now off to the races, down the right side.
Oh, you got to feel it, baby.
And touchdown.
Henry runs
an even 90 yards.
And the Armadillos continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early in the elements. You're on the road.
How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
To throw on second down, Wallace. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now this one complete on the slant route. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
He's picked off near his own 48, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Franks now.
Buying time to his left. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10.
Franks looking to throw.
Eluding the pressure right. Here's a diving catch right side. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. There to make the grab.
And the Armadillos continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Here's Gibson to start the drive.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
And he's going to drop this one down to Gibson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, Wallace. Open man is Samuel, complete.
7 yards the pick up there.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Short throw underneath to Hurst. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we've come upon. We now proceed to the start of the second half. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And they have made this look easy. Now, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Setting up play action. Franks. And he will find his man Ruggs. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 38-yard line. I love that play because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. They find some open field here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. DeAndre Swift, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Armadillos take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up! Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. To throw on 3rd down, Wallace. He's going deep for Brown. And this will be incomplete. Both players with a shot at it that time, but neither coming away with it. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Crowder now to return. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. On 1st down, it's Reynolds. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Flush to his right.
He will take this one in for a touchdown. 15 yards.
And the Armadillos just continue to roll. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead will swell by one more. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was finished by the touchdown run from the 15. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense.
They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
And this defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field, going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there. Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Being chased out left.
Completes this out left to Ruggs.
Touchdown!
Henry Ruggs.
His second touchdown of the night.
And the Armadillos take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that will extend this big lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And that... carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Another drive coming up for this Washington offense.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Throwing on first down. Wallace. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
On 3rd and 2, blitz coming, and down he goes. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Looking to throw. Douglas. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And got his man complete.
I live for this.
And all the way in for the touchdown.
Henry Ruggs
Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown. The game.
And the Armadillos are moving closer to a date now. The NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here we go on the next drive for Washington. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be 2nd down. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Throwing again. Wallace. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And notice you use the word sparked, because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken at the 18. A great return there of 22 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And it would appear that that 1st-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Reynolds. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. 54 yards.
And the Armadillos are pouring it on. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that will extend this big lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter.
On first down, Wallace. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He'll try again with the arm here. In trouble, and he's taken down. Romeo Okwara in there to drop him, and that is the 7th time tonight that he has gone down.
Washington on third down.
They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 17. Back to throw. Wallace. Throw left side, complete to Harry. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's Tressway now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone.
And he'll be tackled inside his own 15. The decision to bring it out cost him some yardage. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards.
And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
They have all but booked their ticket to the NFC Championship game next weekend, and they'll look to finish things off here now in this fourth quarter.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Reynolds. And he's got some space here. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cow.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And the Washington offense heading out.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Now here's a throw that's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Looking to throw. Wallace. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing him.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Trey Flowers. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wallace. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. Gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Reynolds, and he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check, check.
On 3rd down, Douglas escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. And they're moving on to the conference championship.